Hey guys, so I'm here today to do a book haul. So I haven't done a book haul all year. I have been buying books and I just counted, and other than all of these I'm now going to show you, I have 35 books that I've bought this year that I've yet to read. So I was thinking about showing you all of those in a haul, but then I bought myself loads of new books. So at this point it just seems silly to show you all of them as well as all of these. So it's just going to be loads of book haul videos. So what I'm going to do is show you a section of the new books I've bought in the last 2 days, and then when the rest arrive in a couple more days I'll show you another chunk, and then I won't show you the ones from the rest of the year because it's just too many to show. What I'm going to show you today is a mixture of graphic novels and YA, crazy times, and middle grade books, and then the next chunk will be all the books that don't fit into that, so there's a bit of everything. So I was contacted about The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, by the publisher, and they asked me if I would like the new paperback edition. Now, I didn't read the Dark Materials trilogy until I was an adult, and so I don't have that childhood nostalgia, so when this was announced I wasn't massively excited. And I didn't feel the need to read it straight away, but I would like to read it because I did enjoy the Dark Materials books. Yeah, this arrived in the post a couple of days ago, and I read the first few pages and like it instantly drew me in, and I think this is going to be a really cosy, enjoyable read, and so I'm loving the fact that it's getting darker earlier in the evenings. And I bought myself loads of candles yesterday because Lauren mentioned that there's loads of amazing ones in TK Maxx. There is. I bought myself 4 and they are such glorious scents, like pumpkin spice and fireside and smoked oak wood. It's just very exciting. So my plan is to sit one evening with a cup of tea or hot chocolate, my candles lit, and plough through this one. So I'll probably be talking about this one quite soon because I'm really in the mood to pick it up. I'm not going to talk about what this one's about because I think most people know, so there's that one. And then I also got contacted about A Winter's Promise by Christelle Debos, don't know how you pronounce that. And this is translated from the French by Hildegard Serlet, probably butchered that as well. So this is the first book in the Mirror Visitor Quartet, I believe, and this is published by Europa Editions, and they kindly contacted me and asked me if I'd like this book. Now, I'm going to be honest, if I'd heard about this book and it didn't have this glorious cover and it wasn't published by Europa, then the YA element would have put me off and I probably wouldn't have reached for it. However, the fact that Europa have decided to publish it, and also the fact that it's got this glorious cover that goes with it rather than lots of the sort of usual YA covers I'm used to seeing, makes me want to try it. It sounds amazing. It says the first instalment in the best-selling Mirror Visitor Quartet introduces readers to a remarkable heroine and to the richly imagined universe of the Arks, floating celestial islands governed by the spirits of immortal ancestors. So yeah, really hoping to enjoy this one, and again I'll probably pick this one up quite soon. So I've got high hopes, so let's hope that they're not dashed. So there's that one. Then the ones I picked up in Waterstones yesterday. So the one I saw in the window which made me walk in, so I'd gone out to buy candles and I also came home with all these, and the one I saw in the window is And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness, illustrated by Ravina Kai. Now I had no idea Patrick Ness had a new book out. I really enjoyed A Monster Calls, not really into his other books, but really enjoyed that one, and this is a similar vibe. You know, it's a glorious hardback, and it's got some lovely illustrations. I'll try and find you one. And this sounds like it's Moby Dick, but from the whale's perspective, that in this world the whales are trying to hunt the ship captain, and the whale we follow is part of the hunting team that are doing this. So yeah, it just sounds like a really interesting flip of the story, and it just looks beautiful, and I like to, you know, treat myself to these pretty books every now and again. So that's the reason I went into Waterstones. And then while I was in there, because I'd recently watched some of Brooks and Sean's videos, I thought, do you know what, let's just walk over to that section and see if there's anything that sparks my interest. And because I haven't been reading a ton recently, I really do feel like children's books and YA are just easier to pull you in, and much more likely to get me back into reading than lots of the literary fiction I tend to read is. So one that I knew I wanted to pick up, I haven't taken these stickers off yet, but trust me I will, is A Skin Full of Shadows by Frances Hardinge. Now I didn't love her first book, which was called, oh my god, how am I forgetting, The Lie Tree. I thought I'd adore it, and I enjoyed it but didn't adore it, but I still really wanted to give her second book a go. So this is in the YA section of Waterstones. I think her books don't feel that YA to me, just because they avoid any romantic element, but I don't know enough about YA to really know whether most people would class this as YA or not. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. This is about a little girl, I think, called Makepeace, and ghosts try to possess her, so yeah, it sounds quite intriguing, and it has a glorious cover. So there's that one. Now, this is where it gets a bit weird for me, because I picked up two books that sound like completely different to what I usually read. Firstly, I picked up The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So both Brooke and Sian read this and really enjoyed it. And when I was a teenager, I should have looked up how you pronounce this, because I've never known how you pronounce this word, Tithe by Holly Black. And I dread to think how many times I read it. Like, I adored it. I read it so many times. So I feel like, you know, if I'm going to give any YA author a chance, it probably should be her, seeing as I know many years ago I really enjoyed her writing style. And you know, this book puts me off. I don't like the title, I don't like the cover, and I don't really like the description on the back, but I've heard lots of people talk about it, so I stood in the bookshop and I read the first couple of pages, and actually I quite liked them. Really pulled me in, and that's what I want. I want something where I just want to read. I've got a really bad habit this year of reading for half an hour and then watching videos, and realising in a whole day where I plan to read for hours, I've only read for 1 hour. Fed up of doing it. So I want books that make me want to read them for hours on end, and hopefully those books will spur me back into the habit of reading lots. So I decided to pick this up and give it a go. I started reading it last night, and I sat and read for 2 hours solidly, without watching a single video on YouTube or doing anything other than reading. Really pulled me in. I'm now around halfway through. I'll definitely finish this today. It's not perfect. I'm going to save my thoughts until the end, but I picked this one up, and we shall see. I'll be telling you my final thoughts very soon. And then the other one I picked up is Wicked Like a Wildfire by Lana Popovic. I'm going to be honest, cover, right? Like, I'm massively drawn to YA books based on their cover, and The Cruel Prince was because of the author. But this was on a table of books for this deal, so I could see all the covers, and this one pulled me in. I think if I do get around to enjoying YA, it will be more fantastical YA, but perhaps YA that's more fairy fantastical than anything else. So this sounded a bit like that too, and I've read the first couple of pages and equally and quite enjoyed the writing style. So it says that all the women in this family have the unique ability to gleam, which means to manipulate magic, and there's these two girls and their mother's attacked and stuff happens. Yeah, there's a really long description, but that sounds like enough of a description. So, gorgeous cover, seems like it could be quite interesting. Let me know if you've read it. There's that one. And then now I have 4 more to show you, and these are all graphic novels. So I was emailed about this beautiful book, Woman in Battle by Marta Breen and Jenny Jordal, and I was very kindly sent this. Lovely postcard just fallen out, from the publishers at Hotkey Books, and this just looks really cool. I'll show you the art style, and it changes colour throughout, so it's always similar but just a different sort of colour to go with the black. I think this is going to be really excellent. It appears to be not just focused on white British women, and I've had a look through and it looks like it's talking about women from all over the world, which I'm excited about, but I will confirm that once I've read it, so I'll be reading this one very soon as well. And then I also decided to pick up a few graphic novels. I've not picked up any in ages because I've sort of had bad luck with lots of them, But what I've taught myself is to only pick up standalones because I just don't enjoy volumized graphic novels, like Paper Girls or Giant Days, things like that. They're just too plot heavy and fast paced for me. I much prefer sort of standalones that are focused on slice of life and things like that. So I picked up All Summer Long by Hope Larson, and I thought I'd give this a go. This is the story of a teenage girl whose best friend is a boy, and he goes away to summer camp and she's really lonely, and she becomes friends with his older sister. It's just really about their summer and what happens there. This one sounds like quite a nice read. And then I also picked up Be Prepared by Vera Brusgill. I previously read Anya's Ghost by this author. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, but I really love that cover. I think it's beautiful, and I love the title. And this is just about, I think, about a girl who goes to summer camp, really doesn't want to be there, and how she copes with it. And again, it's just really cutesy writing style, and I really enjoyed Honor Girl, which is a memoir set at a summer camp, so I'm sure it's very different, but yeah, this one just looked really nice and I thought I'd give it a go. And the last one I want to talk about hasn't actually arrived yet. Annoyingly, I bought all these books, a lot of them I bought on Amazon, and then Johnny told me that he has Amazon Prime on his account, which I didn't realise, so they're going to take ages to get here, and they could have all been here today. I'm not really that bothered because obviously I have enough books to be getting on with. So the last book I want to mention is called Dog Days. I'll put a picture of it here, by Anya Dahl Overby. I've probably really said that wrong. It says Dog Days are a phenomenon taking place in late summer. It is at this time of year we meet Anne, who is midway between childhood and adolescence, and this is about this one stifling summer when her best friend wants to hang out with this older girl and how this changes their friendship. And yeah, you guys know how much I enjoy reading books about young girls and their relationships with one another. It makes me feel really nostalgic. And yeah, it just looks really beautiful, so I thought I'd pick that one up as well. So those are all the graphic novels and YA and children's books. Please feel free to give me recommendations down below. Like, I feel like these are my, you know, these are the type of books I enjoy within these genres, and I feel like I struggle to find books that match this. In terms of the graphic novels, I've read lots of those graphic novels like this that have been published a while back, so do feel free to mention me ones that have been published recently or are going to come out recently, because if they've been out for longer than 2 years I've probably read them, if they're sort of standalones about girls. But in terms of YA, you know, feel free to try and recommend books to me that you think might be a crossover for me. You know, I enjoy epic fantasy, I enjoy middle grade, and I love books about young girls. I just haven't found my niche in YA, but I feel like it's something I am missing, because I do really like the pull of YA writing, and that you want to keep going, you want to read it in one sitting, and I don't often feel that way about literary fiction, and because it's much slower, and you want more time to think about what's happening, to sort of meditate on the beautiful writing and things like that. But every now and again I just want something that's a bit more like giddy and more like Sugar Rush, if you know what I mean. So yeah, feel free to recommend me YA books that you think I would enjoy based on what I've said in this video. So yeah, I'll be back in a few days with another video, another book haul, and until then, hope you're having a lovely start of September. I hope the weather is doing whatever you want it to do. I really felt happy last week because it got cooler, and I just realised that whilst I always say like I really love the autumn and the winter, I really love them, and it makes me realise how in the summer I just feel like less of myself. This sounds really lame, but yeah, I felt so happy, like I felt like I could breathe easier, and so happy that it's darker in the evenings, I can light candles. I just feel much more positive about everything, so yeah, which is very nice, and I can still smell this glorious candle even though it's not lit. £5.99, look how big it is. I was going to go buy myself a woodwick candle, they're about £25, and instead I got 4 candles for £25 from TK Maxx, and they're all massive. This is pumpkin allspice and it's glorious, so I recommend popping in there and getting yourself some candles if you live in the UK. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you're reading down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!